Taste the Daily.
Holidays nale, adu namma GT Holidays da. South India's #1 travel brand.
Hello sir, welcome to Galatta Telugu and welcome to Hyderabad also.
Thank you.
So,
thank you so much.
Dr Suri,
Yeah.
how did that journey happen? Doctor to director.
Doctor is like my whole family are doctors. Dad, mom, sister, all are doctors. So my dad wanted me to be a doctor. And by default, I was a good student. So that was a mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah. So because of him, I told him, before joining only, I told him, you're wasting one seat. So I'm going to do movies only. There is nothing else I want to do. So he said, whatever, first you finish your course, then do whatever you want. So for him, I did it. So after that, as soon as I finished, I didn't even practice for one day also.
Oh.
I came into movies. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you have any associations? Like, did you know some people in
No,
the film industry?
No, I didn't know
So what
anybody.
was the entry point like?
I met few friends. I went to one acting school. There we met few friends. From there, again met some more people like Kannada heroes like Tarun Chandra and Mayur Patel. From there, association started. From there, I met one director, and I worked under him called Milana Prakash, a very big director in our Kannada industry. So I worked for one movie as an assistant director under him. So after that, from there, I met our rocking star Yash. So he was playing one of the characters in that movie, four boys story that was. So from there, we became very close. So Yash asked me to direct one movie for him. So I did one movie, 2012. We directed one movie. Lucky. It did pretty decent actually.
Oh, yeah.
Lucky, yeah. And from there, our journey started together. We were together from there till KGF. So I was like supposed to do one more movie for him. By default, the better script started coming. What script I had? Much better script started coming. So I kept on telling, no, we'll do that. After that, we'll do my movie. After that never came. So that script became pretty stale and old. So we didn't do that. So after KGF, then I thought, no, I should do something now. It's like, it's been long time. So then eventually Bagheera happened.
So when did this fascination for movies start? And you always wanted to be a director, not actor.
No, that's a crazy story actually.
Please share that.
I wanted to be an action director.
Action choreographer.
Action choreographer.
Okay.
I was pretty good at action, at engage. Like looking at me, you'll not feel that now.
No, that's okay.
Yeah, I was pretty fascinated about the action in the movies. So I was big Jackie Chan fan and all, Bruce Lee fan and all. So I was fascinated about action. So I wanted to become an action director. Then eventually, direction pulled me towards it. Without me knowing, my friends started telling, no, you tell any scene, the way you explain is very good. So you should think about direction and all. Then it started fascinating me. Then I became assistant director. I did work only for one movie assistant director. After that, destiny took its course.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you worked with Prashanth Neel, sir, right?
Yeah.
And this was after you became a director?
Yeah. 2012, I became a director.
Yeah. And in what capacity were you involved with Prashanth Neel?
After Ugram, he came and narrated KGF story to Yash.
Yeah.
So I was with Yash. I was listening to all the stories, everything. I was there in a creative process with Yash. So there I heard this story, and to be fair, he is a very bad narrator.
Yash also says the
he's
same.
a very, very bad narrator. Now he's improved a lot. Now if you listen to his narration, it sounds pretty good. That you might feel bad even now, but the worst we have seen. Okay. So he narrated, and we were fascinated about Ugram. Me and Yash, we were like, shit man, who's this guy? Like, what is this? It's like, how can he tell a story like this? Like, it was fascinating for us. So that if he had not done Ugram, Yash wouldn't have given him a date.
He said that.
Yeah.
He said that based on the narration. I would have never
No way. Then from there we started, I started working with him. We became very close. And we started doing, I was with him for screenplay and all. We started working for KGF, screenplay and all. Then KGF 1 happened. It went on it was supposed to be one movie. Then it got divided into two parts because of the length. He couldn't tell, he felt like the story is pretty big to tell it in one part. So after that, KGF 1 happened. So for KGF 2, he told me to get involved in writing dialogues also. So I started writing dialogues for KGF 2. So eventually that's what happened. Then my debut as a writer is KGF.
Yeah,
you can think.
yeah.
That was a wonderful
Massive.
debut. Wonderful debut. So from there, after that, when Bagheera we wanted to do, so Prashant one day he told me, because we were searching for stories, we were not getting it was not exciting, whatever stories coming. So he told me one line, Doctor, I have something like this, like one boy's journey of a small boy. This is what happens. If this is exciting for you, we can work on this. I loved it. The idea itself, I loved it. Then started developing the screenplay. I started developing, and I used to bounce to him whenever, whatever he used to feel excited. He used to tell, this is nice, Doctor, we'll do that.
He calls you doctor?
Yeah, he calls me doctor. So that's how it went on. That process went on for 2 years.
For Bagheera?
Bagheera, the screenplay process.
And he was working on Salar?
Yeah.
Okay.
KGF also was yet to release. After that, Salar happened. So that 2 years process, finally we arrived at one point. Yes, now screenplay is good to go for shoot. Then I went on floors, and the final thing you'll watch in another 3 days. Yeah.
What were those 2 years like? Were you parallelly working on Salar and working on this screenplay?
Yeah. So working on Salar also, but for Salar I have not done much, to be frank.
Okay.
Only the initial stages I was there. Other than that, only Sandeep, director who did Janaka,
yeah.
he and Hanuman Chaudhary. These two guys have done the most of the work with Prashant. I was only the initial stage I was there. So after that, they have actually worked more for that. And in that process only, my Bagheera started.
Okay.
So that's why I couldn't spend more time with Salar.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so when Prashanth Neel sir gave you this Bagheera line, what form was it in? Was it a synopsis or just an idea or one line?
It was an idea basically. And he had a few scenes which were very exciting.
Okay.
That idea of that character, what happens, how, that was very exciting. And from there, when we started developing, I used to write and I used to discuss with him. So this is what I feel, this is like this and all. Like whatever was exciting, he used to say, yeah, superb, Doctor, we'll go with this. Or else he's, no, that's not working. Write something else, he used to tell. So like that, that's why it took 2 years, because we had to how do I put it across? There was no option. Had to be the best. That's what we thought. If we are coming back, and Murli, so Sri Murli also needed this badly. I also needed this badly. And Prashant said, if that is the case, then there is no, not even one stone also should be unturned. Everything has to be perfect. So that's how it took 2 years. Yeah.
Right from the writing stage, because a lot of people say that if a film is not good on the writing table, there is no way you can fix it during the shooting or on the editing table.
I agree.
So whatever we do, you have to do it on the
I completely agree with that. If on paper, if it's not good, you can't fix it any which ways. If on paper it's good, then something goes wrong on sets also, you can fix it. Yeah.
So how do you know, sir? How do you say that, okay, this is the final version? You have worked on it for 2 years. When do you lock the final version, saying that, okay, we have worked, we have reworked. This is like the 5th version, 6th version, 7th. Okay, now this is good. How do you arrive at that decision?
We arrive at that decision maybe 2 days before uploading the movie.
Okay.
That's it's like even then you're not sure. So it's you will never arrive at that point. You can't.
So you go to shoot once you feel, okay, this is...
Yes, this is nice. This is fine. Like we have a proper flow. We have proper this thing. Then we finish and come to editing table. We feel something is required. Again, we feel something. Either we go for some reshoot or we go for a different edit, or again you feel like some dubbing changes has to be done. Something. It's like it's never ending.
This happens to every movie?
I think everybody it happens.
Okay.
It's not only us. I think it happens to every director.
But you go to shoot when you're confident
Yes,
enough.
confident enough for the flow of the movie.
Okay. With Bagheera, you can't tell me an example of what you tweaked till last moment. But can you tell something for KGF or KGF2, which, like you said, that the improvement keeps happening till the last moment? Do you remember something from those films?
It's like see, Prashant is one soul who's never happy of his output, and looking at him and being with him, that's what has come to us also. Like whoever works with him, it's a 10 years journey. So you tend to become like that person, the process. Like he used to change edit every day. So that's why that movie is like, it's an epic, because one small thing also, if he's not satisfied, he's very difficult. Again, edit changes. Every technician has to work again for that. I can't exactly pick an example because I don't remember, but he's one person who's never satisfied. Even the movie goes out also, no, he's not satisfied.
So, but when somebody is so particular, and I was talking to Sri Murali and Garuda Ram, and they were telling me how you would like basically torture them. That this is what I want. Exactly. This is very particular. Like, why are you so particular?
See, it's like particular in the sense, see, we would have visualized something. When it's not coming out exactly that way, like I would have communicated, I would have explained properly, everything, the shot, everything. It's not only with them actually, it's not only with actors, with technicians also that happens. It's like when you're visualize something, you want to tell particular thing in particular way. If it's not coming that way, you tend to lose your temper. Okay. So you like, that happens, that you can't help it. It's not like wantedly you do that. It's for the product and for that particular moment that happens, or else I'm very sweet guy.
Yeah, no, like Garuda Ram was telling me that during one action take, apparently he hit one guy and they were hugging, saying, "Oh, I'm so sorry," and you were like, "Do whatever you want after." Completing
No, you
the
can't.
shot.
You're in the movie. You're trying to kill each other. Right after cut, you can't keep hugging and sitting like that. It's like I can't see my characters there, so I made them sit poles apart. He used to sit there, and Srimurli sir used to sit in other place. So I said, no talking at all. Be prepared to kill each other, that's all.
So, but do you enjoy the process when you're so specific, when you have this thing in mind and that you're trying to capture it in reality? And there are like 100 factors influencing that, right? There are 100 variables from the light to technical availability and logistics. Is this process enjoyable?
If you have right people around you, it's very enjoyable, I tell you. I loved the process because the technicians I had, AJ Shetty, my DOP, is like wonderful technician you can find. That the amount of hard work he's put in, it's unimaginable. The way, like, he's traveled with me more than 3 years. Only one movie. No DOP does that. And without knowing what I'll do, because it's been 12 years I have directed a movie. And only when I narrated the story and I narrated the whole screenplay, he was the first man like who was like too excited. Sir, somehow we have to achieve this. And we didn't know how to achieve. So because that's
Achieve what?
achieve this visuals.
Visual. Okay.
Whatever I have written on the paper, how to transform that on screen. We didn't know. Did so much of R&D, everything, research, we'll do something like this, the lighting also this, one action episode like this, one emotional scene, we'll treat it like this, we'll discuss. That guy has been like a biggest strength, AJ Shetty. Then came our action director, then came our art director. Those guys have really nailed it. And they have gone through a lot of torture from me. That's innovatable. And they have felt so bad. They wanted to walk out of the set. Many times it's happened.
It was a tense atmosphere.
Yeah, always. And I used to tell myself, why you react like that? Don't do that. Every day I tell myself, and the same thing happens again. So that was innovatable. And after a point, even they were prepared. This guy will come to me, he'll keep shouting, he'll keep yelling. It's like, it had become a routine for them. So the final output, because of these guys, see, I can visualize anything. To achieve that, if you don't have the right people around you, it is impossible. So these guys made my movie happen.
Beautiful. Yeah. But were you this serious in particular when you were directing your first film also?
No, I didn't know much. I was one movie assistant director. It is Yash's confidence that he made me a director. I used to tell him like, what makes you think I can execute this movie? He says, no, you will come. And because of him, I became a director so early. And I was not very confident, but I had big technicians in that movie. Like cameraman was a big cameraman that time. And it eventually, in the process, I learned few things. That's all. Actually, I was not very confident then. This 10 years spending with Prashant taught me a lot. A lot means a lot.
Like, can you name a few things that you have picked up from him?
See, the way you should approach a particular, like if you will write some scene, how do you approach it? How do you see? And that is very different from whatever I have seen in other directors or other movies. The way perception of particular scene, that's wonderful. And that thing I think I have picked up little from him. And the way you handle the set. It's like, when you get angry, you can't help it. And otherwise, how do you make everybody happy? How do you keep everybody happy? Because it's not an easy process. You're not making a small kutti story. You are like trying to tell a massive thing, the massive set with 400, 500 people in a set. How do you handle it? How do you make everyone happy? That is a great quality of his.
People management.
That is a great quality. That, I feel every director should know that. That is a wonderful thing I have learned from him.
How to do that, sir? When there are like 400, 500 people on set, how do you ensure that?
That I can't tell you in half an hour, 1 hour. You have to go through that process to learn it. Because each situation will be different. Each time it's going to be different. And that particular moment, you feel like, this is what we should do at this particular point. And that's comes in a process. You can't really explain that. Yeah.
So I want to know this from someone who has been observing Kannada cinema very closely, like you. I'm a Telugu guy. I watched Ugram only before KGF 2. So I want to know from your perspective, because you have been there, why is Ugram so special for Kannada audience? Sir? How is it different from the kind of films that were being made back then? Like, we have a few films like that. In Telugu, we always keep saying that Shiva is one film that kind of defined the way films get made pre-Shiva and post-Shiva.
Yes.
And I was talking to Sri Murli Garu, and he said that Ugram was a game changer, and
100%.
it has obviously set a trend with KGF 2. So from your perspective, when you are watching Ugram, why was that film so special in 2014 in Kannada film landscape?
See, Ugram was like, that was so special. If you think from that time, the
Yeah.
2014 when we think,
Yeah.
we had never seen a storytelling like that. We had never seen somebody telling a story in that particular manner. That was so exciting, and it became like cult. Everybody started talking. And that changed the perception of so many people thinking. If Ugram was not there, KGF wouldn't have been there. So everything happened because of Ugram. That's the milestone of a change in the industry. So that's why that's so special for us. Other than that, only storytelling. Other than that, I can't think much because it didn't become a massive blockbuster or anything.
Yeah.
But that changed so much perception, like approach, how do you do this? And especially you felt like, shit man, somebody arrived. Somebody's come. Who's like, you feel, no? Vachadra, something like that.
Yeah.
That kind of feeling everybody got.
Great. Sir, how would you differentiate story and storytelling? These are two different things, right?
Very different things.
If you take story, it is just like, it's a Bhasha template.
Yes.
You know the template, right? There is one guy who's meek and calm.
Correct.
And then he has a violent past, but he is deciding to be calm because of a promise.
Yes.
This is the story. But the storytelling is something else. I want to listen from you, not just with Ugram, but generally when it comes to writing or screenwriting and filmmaking is concerned, how would you differentiate story and storytelling?
The wonderful question, yes. Superb. That's what, you see, story is like whatever you write first. Like, as you said, Bhasha template. That's the story. Ugram is Bhasha template. That's the story. Storytelling is how you want to show it to audience. Like Bhasha template itself, you have seen Samarsimha Reddy, you have seen Narsimha Naidu, you have seen Indra. Why all are different? It's like the way director sees it, his perception. Like Ugram, it went little away from all this storytelling. The way he conceived, the way he edited, everything changed. The sound design changed. Like everything changed. That is storytelling. You write Bhasha template is Bhasha template. Storytelling is, that's what makes a lot of difference. That's why all writers can't become directors. I feel that very strongly. The direction is a very different thing altogether. Yeah.
Nice. And speaking of, let's say, filmmaking is a collaborative process. You have a vision, but you have to say delegate tasks.
Yeah.
Like edit has to be taken care of someone. Cinematographer is someone else. They are all working for the director's collective vision.
Yeah.
But again, I don't want to like keep saying that Prashanth Neel, but he has a style.
Yeah.
Okay, all his 3 films, even though the editors were different, they all have a similar editing pattern. I'm not asking about Prashanth Neel, but how do you look at a film being solely a director's vision as opposed to having those technical inputs?
Yeah.
There might be technicians, but at the end of the day, it is the director's sole vision, right? Do you believe
correct.
that?
I 100% I believe that. I believe that because as you said, storytelling, you would have visualized something. Slight changes will happen in the edit. Like you feel, no, if this comes other way around, it is much better. But whole storytelling remains same. Because you would have pursued, you would have thought about the particular way of telling everything and you would have shot like that. You can't drastically change. So any editor comes also, whatever he does also, whatever best he does also, it will be my vision any which ways. It will be a director's vision any which ways. That's why Prashanth Neel's edit pattern, you might feel, yeah, this is like, editor changed, even then it is like, because it's his thought process. Whatever editors would have done, they would have done. Cinematographer, he would have given life to do that, to achieve that visual. Fight master or art director, everybody would have given their best. But it's director's particular vision only has to come out.
It's driving them.
Yes, or else it is never the, like, it can never be one epic thing. That's the whole idea.
So when it comes to the vision of Bagheera, I want to know this because the idea stemmed from
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
You developed it and you owned it and you made it something.
Yeah.
So whose vision is this? It's yours.
Yeah, you can say that, but I used to discuss everything with Prashant.
Okay.
But I was very particular about so many things. Like I want this to be like this. So we have a lot of arguments also. We have a lot of debates, and it's not only for this. It's from KGF.
No, Sandeep also says that he never used the word discuss when I was talking to Sandeep.
yeah.
He says, lot of debates with Prashant sir. Prashant sir only comes and says, come, let's debate now. So there are no discussions, there are only debates. That's what he said.
No, discussions are there.
Okay, so, please go on.
Discuss. Like we discuss. So sometimes it turns into debate. Sometimes it turns into arguments. Like different minds are working, right?
Yeah.
So it's a different visuals. So that kind of lot of things have happened from KGF. It's the same process for this also. Like what process we went through for KGF, what process we went for Salar. Same process we went with Bagheera also. So what he doesn't like, he'll say, no, it's not, it's pathetic, it's stupidity what you're doing. I say, no, like this is what I feel, it's perfect. And he says, get lost, do whatever you want. These things happen. So end of the day, we arrive at one point, like, and I should be very grateful to this man. He's really gave me so much liberty after one point of time to go with my vision. When he was not even satisfied at one point.
Okay.
So that's where it really. And after watching the movie, he hugged me. So that is I think that is an achievement in itself for me. Yeah.
Beautiful. And we need to speak about the color palette, sir.
Yeah.
The dark palette. I mean, I understand that he's a night vigilante, but this darkness has, this dark palette has been like popularized by Prashanth Neel.
Yeah.
And he was saying in interviews that, he likes dark colors, he likes things to be not so popping up. So why did you go with this palette? Because it's a challenge for you, right?
Yes,
because the comparison is inevitable. Like story is completely different, but visual, as soon as you look at it, you feel like, oh, it's dark again. That feeling is coming in, right?
Correct.
Why did you choose this palette, even knowing that the challenge exists?
Yeah. See, the character is a Bagheera. He's a vigilante. A Bagheera is a Black Panther. It hunts only in the night. Whatever you do, it's a night. More than half of my shoot is night
60
shoot.
days, 60 nights.
Yeah. So that you can't help it.
Okay.
Other than being dark. Okay? In that, we have tried so hard not to look like KGF. And in collective effort, I'm telling, Prashanth Neel, me, our DOP, collectively we have tried so hard not to look like KGF, because KGF is an epic. It's like, if I try to go closer to Prashanth Neel or for anybody for that matter, anybody, any director should never even go close to KGF or Prashanth Neel. As far you are the
Safer.
or you can achieve something in your own thing. If you go close to Prashant, you are gone. You go close to KGF, you are gone. That I believe very strongly. And when you watch the movie, I'm damn sure you'll think, no, it doesn't look like KGF.
Great.
I strongly feel that.
Great.
Yeah.
So what are the challenges concerning cinematography in nights?
Oh, it's because most of it we shot in real locations. That was very, very tough thing. Rain effect, all this, it was very, very tough. And my cinematographer, you should credit him, like that guy, that man did so much R&D. That man planned everything so well. And it was very tough for our actors also, like Sri Murli also, Garuda, all these people, it was very tough for them also. So it was tough, but end of the day, like Yash always says one word, If you want to build a house only, it's very difficult. When you want to build a palace, it's going to be even more difficult. So that's what we think. I think we try to build a palace. So it's a difficult process.
Very eager to enter the palace on October 31st. Thank you so much for the time, sir, and all the very best.
Thank you so much, Ram.
Thank you,
Guys. Thank you.
Taste the daily. Holidays nale adu namma GT Holidays da. South India's #1 travel brand.